Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
Mia, it's fine. No. So earlier today, right at the end of my Call of Duty stream, people are like, Phil, this is weird. Some of us are getting pop-ups for age verification on your stream, and we can't super chat anymore. So come to find out, my trolls, these, drooling idiots, tried to mass flag my stream. And the thing is, they probably have been doing this nonstop for ages. So there was one of my highlight clips that I have in my intro when I take my breaks, right? Apparently, they mass flagged all of the highlight clips, and YouTube's AI is so stupid, it actually picked up a highlight clip and said there was nudity in it. There is no nudity in any of my content. None. Zero nudity. What are they talking about? So it made no sense at all. So I appealed it. And of course, what's going to happen is YouTube will probably drag their feet for a week, have their AI review it again and say, oh, there's no nudity, and then just restore it. The problem is it happened during the live stream, and that's frustrating. So I'm basically never going to play that highlight clip ever again, because if YouTube's AI is so stupid to think that a highlight clip from a video game is nudity, there's nothing to stop it from making that same mistake again and again and again. So it is what it is. Really incredibly dumb. YouTube run by AI morons. Yeah, nothing I can do about it, but it's fine. It shouldn't happen again. If it does, all you do is you appeal it and then it gets cleared up. It's not a big deal. I just hope that it doesn't repeatedly happen during a live stream like that. Okay. No, Buckwell, that is not it whatsoever. I like literally what I'm telling you is it was a highlight clip. It was just me playing highlights during a break. Because people want to try to make shit up and be like, well, it was probably because you said this and you did this. No, stop. Stop. I'm telling you what it was now. Stop saying dumb shit. It was highlight clips when I wasn't even here. I went on my break. I was spending time with my wife, and I was running highlights of previous playthroughs from 100 years ago, none of which have nudity or sexual content. And it flagged one of the videos for nudity when there's no nudity. So you can stop with the nonsense. So we are at 5 out of 10 goals hit. My hair is sticking straight up. You notice this? I'm going to go brush it quick. We're at 5 out of 10 goals hit, halfway to DSP Tries at Mexican food. We have already said I'm going to order from a brand new place. I will not order from a place I've been to before. I'm going to go to a brand new restaurant. That way it's something truly new for DSP Tries It rather than me doing something I already know I like. Okay? And it should happen sooner rather than later. We keep hitting goals. We'll probably be doing it Tuesday or Wednesday. So let's go. Thank you, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to, obviously, as you can see, this giant lump of hair. I'm going to go brush it, and then we're going to probably get set up to begin. What's up, Save Us GTA? What's up, X Shooter? How is everyone tonight? You all good? You all ready to see how Silent Hill ends? I hope so. Remember, everyone, we have all new animations for all different kinds of support, whether it is Super Chats, the new Kicks system over on Kick, tips. They all have Halloween-themed animations with sound effects and things that will play. This is the first full week I'm actually doing that, so I'm excited for that. I hope that you guys like them. There's actually still a few we haven't seen. Yeah, pretty cool. What coloring brand to use on your hair? I do not. In fact, I've shown you guys this before. I'll show it again. Let me just turn off the AI widescreen shot. So here you go. If you look close enough, you can actually see all the silvers and grays in my hair right there. See them? Those are gray and silver hairs that I'm starting to have come in. Pretty bad. It's actually really bad, like around here. And probably, I guess, within a year or two, they're probably all going to come in. So I'm going to have that weird Reed Richards look where I'm going to have that band of, like, gray on the side of my head. Nothing I can do about it. Just, age gracefully, right? I'm not going to dye my hair or anything. If I was going to dye my hair, I would have dyed my beard by now already, and I don't care. So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing that. You're wondering why I don't do the beard? All right, so honest talk about the beard. The beard's color change came about really quick. Like, within the span of, like, a year, I went from this being jet black to almost all white. And to be honest, I wasn't really paying attention to it that much. But people started mentioning, keep in mind, this is before I had the quality I have now with HD cameras. I had a crappy ass camera. And people were like, dude, are you having problems with your beard? Like, is your beard not growing anymore? Are you having like some kind of a skin issue where, and I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Because as you can see, it is a full beard. It's just, you were basically not able to see it on camera anymore. It looked more like skin than it does now. You can at least see that it's white hairs. Back then, it looked like skin patches. So, of course, my detractors made fun of me for years about it and stuff like that. But I didn't really care. And I didn't really mind. Like, I asked my wife, I said, would you like me to dye my beard? I would do it if you want me to. If it bothers you, honey, if my hair is all screwed up, I'll do it. And she's like, I don't care. She's like, no, just stay natural. I like, like seeing how you really are rather than you trying to hide and look overly youthful and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I never bothered, And to be honest, I'm lucky. Why am I lucky? I'm a male streamer. I've been here for 17 years. I don't think there are many people tuning in to my stream for my looks. Maybe some people are now tuning into my stream for my guns, right? That could be, right? There could be some people who are like, oh, wow, look at that. He's gotten physically fit. We want to see Phil flex on stream. So maybe that's the case. So I got to make sure that these babies are, nice and prominent. But the face, I don't think so. Like, I think I could actually wear a paper bag over my face and we'd still have people on stream. Like, people wouldn't care. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Well, I don't think we're going to see all the endings then. Apparently, there's 5 different final bosses. They literally want you to play the game 5 times. What fucking moron game developer thought this game was good enough that you would want to play it 5 fucking times? You have to be so conceited. What an idiot. Holy shit. That's terrible. No, I don't even know because I appealed it and it says now appeal again. For what? I already appealed it. What are you talking about? I don't even care. I'm not even going to argue with it. It's just insane stupidity. I'm telling you, their AI is so dumb. It doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It's already made by a bunch of fucking morons. So I'm not shocked that it doesn't work at all. Troy says, what's the largest single donation I ever got on a live stream? Probably, if I remember correctly, many, many years ago, someone did, I think it was over $2,000. I think it was like 2,000 and change, something like that. I could be wrong because I don't mark this stuff down and write it down or anything. But, this was long before the era where we did like rewards and stuff or anything like that. There was no DSP tries. It was just out of nowhere, a longtime fan of mine dropped a ridiculous amount of support. Here's some of the videos. See what I was saying? All these that say they have the alternate endings are like 40 minutes long. So likely what I'll end up doing is just skipping ahead or whatever to the one we want to watch. I probably don't want to see all the endings. I probably just want to see the real one. Yeah, I think it was, like I said, I think it was a long time ago, like many years ago, and I think I was on Twitch, actually. Someone gifted like a ginormous tip that was like 2,000 and a couple hundred or something like that. I think, again, I don't remember. I just, me off the top of my head, I think that's the case. Now, there were also some instances where someone came by and over the course of time, all right, they basically would gift a whole bunch of like memberships or subs. There was someone who came onto my Twitch channel back in the day, and they gifted like an insane amount of the tier 3 subs. So over the course of like 2 months, I'm not kidding, it was like something like between $8,000 to $10,000 within like 2 months. They gifted that many subs. It was insane. It wasn't just one contribution. It was like an insane amount of contributions to the community. Now we're up to $41 of support and climbing. Thank you, guys. Let's keep that momentum going and hit that goal for the conclusion of Silent Hill tonight. Thank you so much. All right. Well, thank you for saying. Someone says they're a detractor, but they don't actually hate me and they appreciate me for who I am. That's fine. Listen, if that's the truth, then I don't think you're really a detractor. I think there's a group of people out there who like to laugh at my misadventures and shit, and that's fine. A detractor is someone who like actually actively wants to be toxic and be like, everything I do is wrong, no matter what. I can never get a win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of messed up. So I don't believe that if you're just here to have some fun and laugh every once in a while, I don't think that you're a detractor. But then again, some people just say, oh, I'm a detractor. I don't think so. Lance, for the record, you were pretty much the only person earlier today who supported me on Kick. There was one other person. I want to say thank you for that. I swear there's some nights when like there's insane, overwhelming support on Kick, and there's other times when there's nothing. And I appreciate you guys supporting me on Kick right now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lance. Thank you to your future stepdad. Thank you to extra bondage earlier. Talking Tiger, thanks for a buck. I appreciate it. Let's go, guys. Please get some support for the conclusion of this wacky game. I'm toughing it out to see the ending with you guys. Let's go, please. Let's hit that goal tonight. Get some momentum going, shall we? This is stupid. It's a really dumb puzzle. So, he notices not the two birds in conflict. So wait, the fox brings along his followers in triumph. So who is the fox bringing along their followers? The fox would be the person here. This person's in charge, obviously. This is who they're carrying. Okay. So that's got to be the fox. So he doesn't notice the birds in conflict. It would have to be behind him, right? Like, they'd have to be behind him. If they're in front of him, he'll see them. So the only two places where the birds could really be looking at each other and see each other are right here, I think. Right? Look, now they're looking at each other. I mean, that would make sense. The fox, he's the leader. He goes in with his followers, so he gets the fox emblem. The two birds are fighting down here, and he can't see them because they're behind him. Oh, no, that's not the solution. That's logical. That makes sense. The solution has to be something insanely stupid because these puzzles are terrible, right? They're awful puzzles. I mean, it's hard puzzles, but they're not hard. They're just stupid. They're poorly designed. So I have no idea. I'm probably just going to look it up, to be honest. This whole game, the puzzles have been atrocious. They're not fun at all. They're just boring, or they're either too easy or too cryptic. None of them has actually been a difficult puzzle you had to think or solve. They've just been stupid. So I'm probably not even going to bother with it, to be honest. Like, how the fuck would I know what they're talking about? Yeah, all this was outlined in red. I know, it doesn't matter, though. Because look, there's 4 things outlined in red. There's only 3 medallions, so it doesn't matter what's outlined in red. It doesn't mean that that's the solution or anything. The game's designed poorly. Okay, well, there's like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 spots for 3 crests. Now, I'm sure, here's what it's going to be. You ready? I'm going to explain it right now. Let's go to the text one more time. The blackbird wishes to take the white bird. What does that mean? How would a blackbird take the white bird? It's a translation issue. I'm sure if we were reading this in Japanese, that would make sense. I don't know what the fuck that means. Take it? Does it mean that it wants to kidnap it? It wants to, put it into like a cage? Does it mean it wants to put it in a bag and carry it with it? Does it mean it actually wants to have sex with it? I don't know. I'm not stupid. Maybe if I was stupid, I would understand that, but I'm smart. So I don't know what that means. In Japanese, I bet that translation makes sense. Not in English. The white bird wishes to resist. Okay. How? What are you talking about? It's a medallion. The fox brings along his followers in triumph. He notices not the 2 birds in conflict. So reading it that way, what it should mean is that wherever you put this medallion, this fox medallion, it cannot see the birds, right? It should not be able to see them. But the thing is, let's say we put the fox medallion any of these places, right? Then it still shouldn't be able to see the birds. Like, you would think the birds should be in here, because you can see that these are like underneath an awning or whatever. But he shouldn't be able to see that. Yeah, fuck this game. I'm just going to look it up. This is awful. The puzzles are atrociously bad, designed by idiots who don't even understand English. So I'm just going to look it up. Silent Hill F. Dumb fucking game, really. I just have no patience for it anymore. Medallions puzzle. Hard. Hard mode. Here you go. Puzzle guide. Silent Hill F. Yeah. Mural. This is it, I think. Mural. What the? You fucking ad popped up? Yo, IGN, kiss my ass. This is the last puzzle. Yep, it's the last puzzle in the game. Okay. It's the most difficult in the game. Your goal is to place 3 crests you just found, the fox, sparrow, and white sparrow, black sparrow and white sparrow, in 9 slots in a bizarre fox-themed mural. You get no feedback about whether an individual choice is correct. Either the puzzle is unsolved or the entire mural dissolves with no middle ground. You might be here for a minute. Your only clue is on the wall to the left. Basic mechanics do not change between difficulties, but the hint gets increasingly more metaphorical and plot relevant as the puzzle gets tougher. There's no real trick. It's about trying to interpret a metaphor, although some of it makes more sense when you know the mural on any difficulty is a veiled story about Hinako herself, who she's turned out to be in the end. We've discovered the solution to the mural puzzle can differ wildly between runs, even if both players are on the same difficulty setting. The mural is one of the late game puzzles that changes upon what ending you're on track to receive, so we're operating on the assumption that it has a full 12 possible solutions. This guide is under construction while we could collect all solutions. Are you fucking insane? This actually might be the worst fucking survival horror game I've ever played in my life. There's 12 possible solutions and they all change. So for the clue that they gave me, the fox crest goes into the leader's fan. There's a leader with a fan? He is the only one that anyone's following. We already did that, okay? The other crests will go into... What? Okay, they're saying, get this, I'm supposed to know that the birds are supposed to go into the crest holes here and here because these 2 guys are fighting over a lantern. Where in the puzzle does it explain that these guys are representative of the crests? So this guy right here is actually supposed to be the black bird. How would you know that? The answer is you wouldn't. Because the game doesn't tell you. The game just assumes that you're fucking psychic and you know what the game developer was thinking at the time when they designed the puzzle. This one is this guy fighting over it, so that's resist, right? Wait, what? According to this, that was correct. I'm serious. Oh no, it's the other way around. Now how does this even make sense? How are you supposed to know that the black one is supposed to go into this slot? How would you even know that? That doesn't even make sense because they're not even facing each other now. Look. Fuck this game and fuck the people who made it. I mean it. This game sucks. This is actually one of the worst survival horror games I've ever played in my life, and I've played a lot, and I love survival horror. This is not survival horror. This is a fucking atrocity. And if this is what the future of survival horror is, you can count me out. I'm not going to be playing these fucking games anymore. I'll just play the old ones. This is trash. Holy shit, dude. Well, exactly right. Content Enjoyer says, I think the game's trying to be deep, but it's really just shit. Yeah, it's like that turd deep down you're trying to get out and it gets stuck in there. You know, I think Wings would say it's a turd that went sideways. That's what it feels like. You're like, it's one of those spiky ones. You're like, oh, God, it hurts on the way out. Like, fuck. I just want to pass this turd, but it won't come out. It hurts.
May you find peace in the days ahead.
All right. Here's what we'll do. We've been playing for an hour. Obviously, this is probably like the final boss and then the finale, but we'll need some time probably to maybe watch some of the other endings and stuff. So we'll split the part here. The next part will officially be the final part of Silent Hill F. I'll see you then. Okay. Guys, I got to pee quickly. I'll be right back. But in the meantime, if you could support the stream, we're at, what, not even $50 of support? Can we please get some support for the end of Silent Hill? I'm toughing through this shit. I would appreciate it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's finish this. But again, I would appreciate support for the finale of the playthrough, okay? I love that the game has absolutely no concept at all that it's boring and that this combat is repetitive and shitty and no one wants to do it. The game has no concept of itself that it's bad. So it just keeps throwing more garbage at you when you just want to see the end. Especially like, see, I'm only going to beat this game once, but what if you actually wanted to see all the endings for yourself and earn them, right? You know how long it would take? How fucking long would it take to go through this game and have to do all this grinding gameplay over and over? It's awful.
To go home.
Jade says maybe it's a Joker and Harley Quinn relationship. I feel like it's definitely not. Like, for example, this demon, even if it is a demon, does not have her best interests at heart whatsoever. Looks like he just wants to own her as a possession. And by the way, who's to say that she's even his only one, right? Like, maybe this guy's had others or has others, and we just don't know about it. That could be too. Fuck this. I'm not even doing this no more. Let's just run to where we're supposed to go. No, the truth is, seriously, the truth is, if they didn't have all this shit, this game would be like 4 hours long. Imagine if this game didn't have any of the awful combat. It would be 4 hours. They'd be like, wow, I paid $80 or $70 or whatever for 4 hours. What a rip. Like, I know what we'll do. We'll pad it with insanely boring gameplay. Just have the player do the same shit, the same 4 enemies for the entire game over and over. And even in the final segment, when you think it's over, you're going to get your ending. No, pad it another half an hour. Jeez. I mean, seriously, if this is how modern games are going to go, I might have to start skipping, like, tons of games. I don't want to play this. Here we go again. Why am I still fighting the same fucking 4 enemies? What is wrong with this game? This is not fun, you fucking buffoonish idiots who made it, man. You're so dumb. I'm so bored. Guys, we're at 62 bucks of support. Please, can we hit that goal tonight for the conclusion of this horrid game that we're not playing anymore? Let's go, please. More support, please, and thank you. Let's not end it on a low note, because we basically suffering through the end of this shit. This is the game that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friend. Some people started playing it thinking it was Silent Hill. But now that I'm at the end, I know that it... Alright, fuck this. It just sucks. This is just terrible. Dude, we just had a save room. Why is there another save room? We just had one. This doesn't make sense because... Let's say, for example, what they're getting at is that's Hinako. So Hinako was talking to an older man. That older man apparently now marries her. And that's the allegory for the fox demon coming to town. Right? So the fox demon was never real. But basically, this old guy coming to town and marrying her changes everything. He just comes and sweeps her off her feet and turns her into his wife. Who is he? There's a few things that people are saying stuff in chat, so I'm going to try to piece it together. So basically, what it sounds like is she hates her parents because particularly she hates her dad because he spent all of their money or got swindled out of all of their money. And that was supposed to be money for her and for her future. They didn't have any money. Now the dad became drunk and violent. And the mother did nothing to protect her from it. Instead was just trying to, basically say the situation was fine, which obviously it wasn't, correct? At the same time, she feels like all of her friends around her are betraying her. None of them are really her friends. Even though they say they are, they all seem to hate her, right? During the course of the game, they kept talking about how they thought that she was dead, right? You saw a sign at the end that says that she disappeared. But again, what if this is all an allegory? Right? What if this is she got swept off her feet by some guy, right? And now all her friends are like, well, now you're changing everything. You're changing life. Her parents disown her and say you can't come back here if you go off with this guy because that's, not what we want or whatever. There's also the pills. So her friend was actually giving her these drugs to try to cope with all the horrible things going on with her life. And maybe it made her have a psychosis, right? So the entire game is happening in her mind. None of it is real. Literally none of it. All you're doing is you're finding about her life and her past events through the things that you are experiencing in the game, but none of it actually happened. What actually happened was she gets to the day of her wedding, okay, and she snaps. She's on these pills, and maybe she realizes she doesn't want to be with this guy. Her friends have betrayed her. Her parents have betrayed her. She said, I want my life back, but you can't. Your life is gone. Everything around you is eroded and fallen apart. Hence, the decayed town full of monsters. She used to live in this town and love it, but her whole life fell apart before her eyes, and she was powerless to stop it. So she loses control and just goes crazy and kills everyone at the wedding. And then she's going on a killing spree. She goes killing people in the town and everything. Right? And maybe that's what, when you heard the Fox guy talking, saying, I don't know what's going on. Let me go talk to Hinako. Hinako, what are you doing? You said you wanted to be with us. He's talking to her like that's her husband. Saying, what are you doing? Why are you losing your mind? Why are you losing control at the wedding? And then she murders it. And then she murders everyone else. And she loses her mind. And the cops are out after her trying to find her. I think that's close to it. But of course, a lot of it makes absolutely no sense. Who is the doll, the blonde doll that keeps telling her not to lose herself, right? Who, excuse me. How could she possibly, even if she's on drugs, how could she overpower everyone at her wedding and slaughter them all with what? A knife, they said? A single knife, no one could stop her? Huh? Okay, like, I get it. I think I understand in general what they're trying to get at. And there's apparently more to it. Some people are saying that apparently this is an arranged marriage. She doesn't want to be with this guy, but her dad sold her into this arranged marriage to solve the financial problems. If you didn't remember, there was a document that we found, and the document said, congratulations, Mr. So-and-so, her dad, all of your debts are forgiven. So maybe he arranged her marriage, and now he's in the clear, but now he disowns her anyway. Because you're not welcome to come back. That's it. That's the end of your, you know what I'm saying? Your life here. So I'm feeling like all these things are a part of the story, and you're left to try to interpret what the real story is. But I don't think that any of it was real. I don't think that there ever was a fog. I don't think that there ever was monsters or demons. It's all just in her head. Okay? Now compare this to Silent Hills of the past, where very much Silent Hill is a real place. The monsters are real. Now, they are manifestations of things in your psyche from horrendous acts and things of your past, but the town is real. It's actually happening. It is taking place. The things there are real. People fight and kill each other, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, in regards to this is definitely, this is going off in a different tangent, saying, well, the Silent Hill series could just be someone's crazy mind at anywhere, anytime. It could be someone in France who snaps, and the game is an allegory for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I like that at all. Like, overall, I enjoyed the mystery of the game, the plot, and honestly, I still think that ending is okay. Honestly, I know some people might be like, oh, I don't like that. It's ambiguous. It's not a solid. That was okay. For a Silent Hill game, that was okay. The fact that they had the explanation that, she murdered everyone at her wedding and now she's losing her mind. Okay. That's passable. But for me, my problem is everything else. The fucking combat is atrociously bad, both when she's human Hinako and demon Hinako. It's terrible. It's not Silent Hill. It's garbage. It doesn't belong in survival horror, and the game never feels scary at all. The puzzles are atrociously bad. Like, ridiculously sad, like how bad the puzzles are. And those are the key elements. You know what I'm saying? That's the key elements of the game. The key elements of the game are combat, puzzles, story. Combat, awful. Puzzles, awful. Story, it's okay. And now that I've beat it, I think maybe I was a little bit too harsh on it. Because if it really is, an allegory in her mind, okay. But that was no excuse for the gameplay elements of survival horror to be absent from a survival horror game. And they were. They were. So it's not scary. You don't feel like you're ever at risk. The horror aspect is just body horror of these freaks that are, mutating the town. It's just not Silent Hill. I'm sorry, it's not. I'm not saying it's a horrendous game. I'm just saying it should be not called Silent Hill at all. It's you misusing the name. And sadly, like I said, I really hope this is not changing the franchise. I want real Silent Hill to still exist. I'm happy that Bloober Team is remaking now Silent Hill 1. They did a great job with Silent Hill 2. You know, that probably means they'll make Silent Hill 3. But you know what I want then? I want Bloober Team to make real Silent Hill games. I'm okay with them making tangential games as long as we still get our core Silent Hill experience. So I hope that if it's side by side, I'm okay. Really. I just don't want this to be the replacement because I don't like this nearly as much as main Silent Hill. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. But is this game worth $70? No, not at all. It's only a 12-hour experience tops. And then they expect you to replay that awful experience 4 or 5 more times to see more endings. Here's the truth. I was going to watch the endings. I don't want to watch the endings. I really don't. I have no desire. I'm done. I thought the ending was okay. I don't care what the other endings are. I don't even want to know because I don't really want to revisit this universe. I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. I don't want to spend more time with it. I'm done. I feel like that's it. I don't want to waste any more time. I do feel like $70 was, and all those hours were kind of wasted. They just were not that good at all. You know, I'm being told you could do other runs in 3.5 hours because they cut out a whole bunch of the game's story. But I'm being told that the middle of the game and the ending of the game, notably the final bosses, are all different. I don't care. Okay. Nier Automata, the game that always comes to mind for me as a game that I replayed, because I usually don't replay games, right? Why did I replay Nier Automata? Because everyone urged me to. They said, Phil, if you miss the rest of Nier Automata after only doing one playthrough, you're legitimately doing yourself a disservice. This game is groundbreaking in the way that it tells the narrative over several playthroughs. The game dramatically changes. Each run is almost completely different. The story elements are different. You'll get the true story after several runs. And at first, I didn't believe people. I said, I don't think that makes sense. I played it once. I never went back. But then it was like a year or two later, and people were like, dude, would you please go back? We've asked you so many times. So let me go back. And I went back and I replayed it. One of the best choices I ever made. I thanked everyone profusely for convincing me to do it. Arguably one of the best stories I've ever experienced in a video game. Superbly unique, well-written, well thought out. Wow, fourth wall breaking shit like crazy. This, I would not waste another minute playing it. With Nier Automata, the elements of the game were fun, and then replaying it, you get more out of it. Here, I don't want to wade through the river of shit again to get to maybe the golden nugget at the end of the river. You know what I'm saying? Just tell me the fucking story now. The combat's bad. The puzzles are bad. I don't want to do that again. That gauntlet, those gauntlets of combat at the end was atrocious. When have you ever had to do a actual gauntlet of combat required to kill all the enemies in Silent Hill to beat the game? Only maybe final boss room or something. That's it. Okay. Silent Hill 2 did have a couple of that kind of things at the end. I will take that back because I remember there's that room where you have to fight the 2 mini bosses. It's really annoying. But still, like, what the fuck? So overall, Silent Hill F, story, decent. Atmosphere, good. Graphics, pretty good. Had a few issues with graphics, but overall, pretty good. But the other 2 core elements, awful. I don't think it's worth $70. I wouldn't spend $70 again on it, that's for sure. You know, certainly I spend more on games than the average person because I make content out of them. But I did not enjoy that experience. That was incredibly disappointing. Should have been way better. No thanks. Like I said, if they make this on the side and they let Bloober Team make Silent Hill moving forward, the real ones, and this is like a side series or a side departure series that they want to continue with, go for it. But let me enjoy my real Silent Hill. Don't tell me this is the replacement for Silent Hill. I don't want it. Sorry, I don't want a game where 2 out of the 3 core elements suck because you don't know what you're doing and you want to change the way that the game plays for a modern audience. All right. Well, I hope that you guys enjoy Silent Hill F regardless. Maybe this will make your decision now if you want to get it or not for yourself. But Yikes. I literally was 100% expecting this to be like, this was going to be a game of the year contender for me. This is going to be a game we were all going to be raving about. Finally, modern Silent Hill. Yikes. Yikes. Thanks for watching. So, guys, this is it for today's content. If you wanted to support the stream, now would be the last chance. We're at 90-something. We could hit the goal, but it looks like we're not going to hit it tonight for Silent Hill, which obviously sucks. You know, it would have been great to hit the goal for Silent Hill. It's the last stream of this game. We're moving on. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I want to say thanks to those who were here and did support. Sorry we didn't hit a goal. I tried. I tried to entertain you, and I toughed through this game. It is what it is. But hopefully we'll have a great rest of the week, right? All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you for chilling. For Silent Hill, I'll see you all tomorrow for Silk Song and for Truck Sim. Good night and peace out.
I got the drip, go. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is, it's dumb kids.